Before we get started with today's video, I want to tell you guys about an awesome company that is helping out with one of the biggest issues that faces all rideshare drivers as well as gig economy workers in general. And what is that issue? It's the issue that if you're not working, you're not getting paid. And no company has taken care of that yet so far until now. Cover. You can check them out in the video description below. There's a link there. If you're sick, if you're injured, or if you're in an accident, your car's in the shop, any of those things, Cover has you covered up to 80% of your income, and they pay out the same day. So for a free 30-day trial with Cover, click on the link in the video description below. All right, let's get on with today's video. Hey everyone, Jacob Letman here. Welcome back to the channel. We've got a great stimulus/political update video coming at you. We're going to be covering Nancy Pelosi, Mnuchin. Where are they at in discussions with a bill? The deadline, supposedly 10/23, Friday, October 23rd, to get a bill done, negotiated on, and start drafting it up if there's any hopes of getting it passed before the election. So where are they at? We're going to talk about the presidential debate between President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden, what they had to say. We're talking about Mitch McConnell and what he could possibly do if a bill is in fact drafted up. And then we're going to check in with a Republican senator to see what his thoughts are on a large bill being drafted. All right, before we get started with that, if you need some extra money, check out our link in the video description below to drive for both Uber and Lyft. Use our sign-up codes, get some guaranteed earnings to start driving with them. Also, check out our link for Yada Savings. This kept me up last night. I was thinking, is it Yoda or Yada? Yada, yada, yada. We're going with Yada. Yada Savings, I believe so. Anyway, they're an online savings account that offers higher interest rates than any of your local banks will, and they also offer bonuses or opportunities to win bonuses if you save through them. No penalties for withdrawing your funds out of that account. All right, on to our video. So, Nancy Pelosi, Stephen Mnuchin, been talking all week, trying to come up with a compromise on a new stimulus bill. And they said if there was any hopes in getting it done before the election, it needed to be passed by Friday, October 23rd, like I mentioned before. So here are some direct quotes from Nancy Pelosi on what she had to say about the process. She said that we wouldn't take less of a bill to get it done sooner. So that's a direct quote. We being the Democrats, meaning that she's going to stick to her guns and hold fast on what they're holding out for on the Democratic side, which is a roughly $2 trillion bill. All right. She also says that to the American people that help is on the way, and whatever benefit or whatever is passed in the bill, the benefits will be retroactive. Great news. However, no specifics as to which parts of that bill will be retroactive. My biggest concern, as is many of yours, will the unemployment benefits be retroactive? And a bigger question, what about the people who are on unemployment who are now starting to come off of it and become jobless because their 39 weeks of unemployment has run out? Mine running out in December. Most everyone's actually running out in December or before. So, big question I would like answered. As soon as I get an answer to that, you guys will know the answer. Now, Mitch McConnell, where is he at? What's going on there? A lot of people had said, a lot of political gurus, I guess is the word, have said that Mitch McConnell bringing the skinny $500 billion vote to the table for a targeted coronavirus or targeted bill was just a ploy to show people that they are the Republican side is prioritizing a bill ahead of swearing in Judge Amy Barrett as onto the Supreme Court. Sorry, lapse there. Which the Democratic side has basically poo-pooed upon. They're throwing a lot of shade at the Republicans for doing that before the election or so close to the election. Their stance is that the American people should decide who's going to be president first, and then the next president should decide who's going to fill that empty seat. Anyway, Republicans pushing to get that passed through and get her sworn in onto the Supreme Court as soon as possible. So they think that might be a play. Anyway, also Mitch McConnell could hold the vote on any bill that is drafted until after the election. So if he wanted to, if he so chooses, he can push that back anyway. Let's check in with a Republican senator, Senator Marco Rubio, Republican senator from Florida. As we know, many of the Republican senators are having an issue with how high a bill would cost, and they're kind of the wild card on whether or not this bill will pass when it is in fact drafted, which at some point it will be done. It will happen. Will it pass? That's the question. So here's what he has to say. These are long quotes, so I'm just going to read them. No one is going to get everything they want here, and from my perspective, that means the bill on this is probably going to be higher than I want it to be, and I am very uncomfortable with that. However, he follows up in saying, I think the price of not doing something is even higher, so as long as it's limited in some way, as long as it's not crazy, yes, I'm willing to be flexible about it because I think it is that important. Good to hear, Marco Rubio, because top economists are continually warning that too little aid will lead to a slower and weaker recovery of the economy. And I was reading today, in fact, that recovery could push into 2022, the longer that it takes for this bill to be drafted and support to happen financially. So Republican senators, vote yes on whatever stimulus bill is indeed passed. And finally, let's just wrap this up saying that the final presidential debate between President Trump, former Vice President Joe Biden, happened last night, Thursday, October 22nd. The topic briefly came up. They did not spend a lot of time on this topic as to why a stimulus bill has not been drafted yet. President Trump pointing fingers at Biden, saying Nancy Pelosi is holding out, and we could have had this done already and passed if she wasn't being such a stickler on trying to get extra funds for poorly run Democratic states. Now, Biden on the other side said, yo, we passed a bill, and this is true, that was passed all the way back in July, the HEROES Act, that was, I think, close to $3 trillion, which was more, a lot of Republicans, rightfully so, said it's more of a wish list of items. So it added too many things on top of the essentials for relief. So it wasn't really feasible to pass that either. Anyway, Biden said, hey, we've had this on the table and you guys just refused to pass it through. So we could have already had this taken care of and we wouldn't be sitting here talking about how so many people are on unemployment and need financial assistance right now. So both sides in the wrong, both sides right on their own side of things. But the fact of the matter is this needs to get done. All right, that's what I have for you guys with your daily political / stimulus update video. I'm Jacob Lettman. Thanks for being here on the channel. Until next time, you guys, stay safe out there.